Want to be able to hit clips like this? Don't forget to watch the video till the end for the best keyboard and mouse PS4 settings. And don't forget to use code DRN in the item shop.
Not it. And bro, you're gonna get shit on, bro. Just like last round. I just got a kill. I just got a kill. I'm just gonna camp at this point, bro. Who's dead? Same. I see a guy right there. 33. Tag them up. I'm just gonna look for you now, because you're the shittiest one here, I think. You always want to look for me, right? I'm gonna bring the fight to you now. I just flipped the guy. 100? I just died. Wow. Bro, I got so many kills, I don't care. Damn, BRN! BRN! Oh!
Alright boys, so getting into the video, the first thing you have to do is go over to your settings. And so if you play on new gen or old gen console, if you play on new gen console, you will have a performance mode. Turn it on. It will give you 120 FPS, and make sure you're using a 120 Hz screen with it. No TV is 120 Hz. There's only some out there. Next, put your brightness all the way up to the max, because this will make darker spots on the map look a lot more brighter, and it will make it easier for you to see stuff in the dark. Next, user interface contrast. This doesn't matter at all. All it does is just adjusts, makes your thing darker as you make it up inside of the settings menu. Color mode, colorblind mode. I use Trident. So use Trident and I use colorblind stat as 10. Motion blur, turn it off. Motion blur gives people, like, it makes your game look more smoother, but gives you way more input delay and makes everything more blurrier when you're moving your controller way too fast. So it's not good. User interface parallax, I don't use that, and I don't care about that. It doesn't matter if you use it. Advanced options. Show FPS on, and this one you have to turn it off to get a performance boost. This is report performance stats. This reports everything to Epic Games for your performance, and this can make your game a lot more laggier. Next, for your volume. I usually have my volume at 80% because I don't like 100%. 100% is just a little bit too loud, and you're sometimes unable to hear quiet teammates. So I use 80%. For my music, I have it at 100%, but I don't have any music set, so this doesn't work for me. And then for my sound effects, also have it at 100. Voice chat all the way at 100, and dialogues off, cinematics off, and picture in, picture off. Next, 3D headset. 3D headphones, you have to turn it on. 3D headphones, all the headphones that are made in the recent years have 3D headphones option. They're all usually going to be surround sound. And if you turn this on, your audio will be crisp, clear, and you'll be able to hear which direction your enemy is coming from. So if you want to get a massive advantage on your enemies, make sure to use 3D headphones. This will make sure that you are able to hear collateral AR, sentinel pumps, mythic minigun, and be able to hear your enemy's footsteps before they even show up on your screen as visualized sound effects. Next, I don't usually mess around with the subtitles, but if you want lower delay, make sure to have your subtitles off. Text size extra small, text color white, text border none, background opacity clear. Then go down all the way to the end here and turn on visualize sound effects. This will give you a huge advantage in end games where there's way too many sounds going on. Even with 3D headphones in end game, you will not be able to tell where the enemy is coming from. Next, license audio. This is for creators who make videos just like me. So if you make Fortnite content and you don't want to get copyrighted, then turn this on. Because if you get copyrighted, your video will not be able to get monetized and you will not make any money off of the video. Next, rocket racing music, turn it up to 100%. Next, going into here, voice chat, turn it to everybody. Voice reporting off when possible. Voice chat method, open mic, and voice chat notification, turn it off. When you have voice chat reporting on, you'll be able to report players for saying abusive stuff, and this can get players banned from using voice chat. Yes, Fortnite has added this feature in the recent Fortnite update, so now people will be able to get banned when they say stuff that is abusive, so you can report them. Next, text chat. Text chat, turn it to everybody. Text reporting, turn it off when possible, because if people are typing, stuff in the chat that is abusive, you can report them as well, so they will not be able to chat anymore. Filtered mature language, turn it on. You can turn this off as well. If you have this off, you'll be able to see all the unmature stuff. I mean mature stuff, which is like, swearing and all that. You'll be able to see it. So if you're anywhere below the age of 12, turn this off, I mean on. And if you're anywhere above the age of 12, turn this off. And then filter pill, I don't know what this does, just turn it on. Next, go over to your language and region. Set your region to NA East if you're on NA East. If you don't know what region you're on, you can just see the auto is 30 and look for the next one that says 30 as well, and that is going to be your region, NA East. Sometimes auto can mess up and put you to NA Central or NA West. If you're an East player, make sure that you put it to your preferred region with the lowest MS. So for me, that would be NA East. NA Central, I don't know. I usually get 60 ping in here. NA West, 81, and so on and so forth. For your language, keep it to the system default. Now, for movement, toggle sprint, turn it on. Or auto open doors, turn it on so you don't, if you even mess up in an edit and you make a door edit, your movement doesn't stop and you're still able to go on. Mantle activation, keep it hold to jump. Because if you keep hold to forward, a lot of people accidentally mantle when they keep it hold to forward. When you're holding your thing forward and you're somewhere where you're able to mantle, the character will mantle on its own, and it's really annoying. Unless and until you're not holding your jump button, you should not be able to mantle. This is when you want to mantle, basically. So you choose when to mantle. Hurdle activation, press to jump. It's the same thing as mantle. So hurdle, when you want to go through windows and stuff, press jump, or hold forward. I hate holding forward because it makes you hurdle by accident if you're just trying to get up close to a window. So yeah, keep it to press to jump. Next, combat, hold to swap, and keep it on. So when you're playing a game and you have a AR, for example, like a collateral AR, and your inventory is still not full, and you want to change the collateral AR for a mythic burst, for example, in reload, you can just hold your pickup button and it will drop the collateral AR from your inventory without you having to go ahead and drop that item. Next is toggle targeting, turn it off. Um, Mark danger when targeting, turn it on. Auto pickup weapons, turn it off. And then this one right here, this is for the new pump and dump, and this one is swap fire inputs for pump and dump. Turn it on. Uh, this will be very helpful for controller players because for controller players, they usually have to press their aim button to shoot pump and their other button to shoot for the thing. So turn it on. This will be good for controller players, but if you're a keyboard and mouse player, it's highly recommended that you turn this setting off. This only affects controller players if you're on controller. So yeah. Next, preferred item slots. For preferred item slots, I have it on, and I use first one as my shotgun, second one as my AR, and then all the rest are unassigned. Because you want the first two to be your shotgun and your AR, so they don't go in random slots. Now going into combat, I mean not even combat, we just did this. So now going into auto sort consumables to right, turn this to on. So this will make your auto sort consumables to the right. So all your heals will go to the end of your slots. They will be like slot 5, slot 6 at the end. It'll be like right over here. This is where your thing will be, your heals, instead of you having to assign them. Next, go over to building. Reset building choice, turn it on. Turbo building, turn it on. So you can do fast building. Then simple edit, turn it off. Because simple edit gives you a lot of delay and simple edit is not better than normal editing. Disable pre-edit options, turn it off. Auto confirm edits, turn it to both if you're on controller. And then contextual tips, turn it off. This just gives you very, very bad tips and they're not useful. And then extra game options, turn this one introvert view off. Inward airborne controls, turn it off. Turn it on. And then everything else, just copy it as me. For maximum field of FOV, turn it to 75. Minimum and minimum and maximum, turn it to 75 and 105. And then for your synchronize my emote to jam track, turn it on. And now record replays, turn all of these off. This will make your thing a lot more better. So if you turn your replays off, this will give you a lot more control over the game, and this will give you less input delay. This will make your game feel super smooth, because when you have these on, your game is recording in the background, and this will make your gameplay way more laggy. Especially if you're on console, turn it off. And then activate to sleep energy savings, turn it to 15 minutes. So if you're not playing for 15 minutes, this will just go into a sleep mode. Rocket racing, it doesn't matter, you can keep it to whatever. And then reticle, turn these all to just copy what I have. This is gonna be the best. For your HUD, I would recommend at least 80%, so it's not too bad. And you can see, or 75%. I usually recommend 75% because you're able to see everything while you're able to still see your weapons. So keep your HUD to 75%. Turn everything on to similar to mine. If you want to be able to see your ping, then turn net debug stats on. This will show you your ping. Next, turn all the gyro options off. If you don't use gyro, turn all the gyro options off. And yeah, I don't use gyro. Well, it's only for Nintendo Switch players. Even mobile players don't use gyro. It's only and only for Nintendo Switch players. So if you're a Nintendo Switch, use this option. This will give you insane mechanics and insane aim. And other than that, turn everything else off if you don't use gyro options. Next, go over to keyboard and mouse settings. This is my sensitivity, 12.0, 12.04 X and Y. This gives me the best aim possible, and I'm able to hit crazy one pumps. So use 12.0 and 12.0 with 800 DPI. And then for my targeting sensitivity, use 50. For scope sensitivity, also 50. For my building sensitivity, 125. For my edit sensitivity, 125. For first person, 100. For zoom scale legacy, and then lock input method as mouse. And then I don't use custom diagonals, but if you guys want, you can turn it on. I don't use it, so I'm not gonna give you any settings for that. And rest you can copy as mine. Next, these are my binds. If you want to copy my binds, feel free to do so. They're actually very good binds. They're actually optimal binds, so if you want to copy it, you definitely can. My binds are crazy, and if you practice on these binds every day, you'll become crazy good at the game too. So yeah. Next, this is my controller sensitivity. For anyone wondering, I do not play controller that much. I used to play controller. I used to be crazy at the game, and back then I used these sensitivities. And I'm just gonna tell you this: I won a reload solo game, reload squads game, as a solo, cause my whole squad left, and I joined in as a solo, and I had to clutch up to win, cause I could not die one single time. If I died one single time, back when reload came out, I would have lost. And I was playing up against a lot of streamers, and I ended up killing two of the best players in Reload. I ended up killing Zemi in one of my games, and the other one I ended up killing. I think I don't remember who the other player was, but he was a big streamer as well. So yeah, use these settings if you want to be able to kill all those streamers as well. Yeah, Zemi was playing zero bills. And he was playing builds. I mean, sorry, not zero bills. So for my look and vertical aim sensitivity, ADS sensitivity, and my look sensitivity is 4:4. And then I do use advanced options. So if you don't use advanced options, use them. So my look build mode sensitivity is 19. I mean 20, and then my edit mode sensitivity is also 2.0 basically. And then my first person mode is 1.0.100, 1.0, and then use advanced options on. And then for everything else to reset camera axis to pitch, quick weapon to custom, toggle behavior to slot 2, instant toggle off, button group both, and then look horizontal speed 38, look vertical speed 38. This is going to give you the best mix of both and good aim and bad aim. I mean good aim and not too fast and not too slow. And then use ADS look horizontal speed as 10. ADS look vertical speed as 10. This will give you the best aim. And then scope speed multiplier to 1.5. And your look input curve should be linear. Because I play linear. Linear is better than expo. And then your left stick dead zone 13, right stick dead zone 13. This will give you zero stick drift. And yeah, if you have more stick drift, you can definitely put this more up till your stick drift is gone. The more up you put, the more harder you have to press on your sticks and move them more, so they're less sensitive. But the lower this is, they're more responsive and more sensitive. So this is better for newer controllers to put it on 5 if you have a brand new controller. And rest are like this. This is my controller binds. I do play claw, so I do play double claw. So if you want to copy my controller binds, here they are. You can just go ahead and copy them. And yeah, that is it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.